the morning.
Welcome to the Start From Scratch podcast show with your host, Troy Williams. News, sports, politics, oh yeah, and your baby mama. Why is it called Start From Scratch? Because we start from scratch, baby. Welcome to the Start From Scratch podcast show.
Yeah. Your host, Troy Williams. Welcome to the Start From Scratch podcast show. Today's date is
May 26th?
May 26th.
Yeah.
Thursday. Fresh off a Warriors win.
Donald Trump.
OKC in game 5.
Donald Trump secured the last the nomination for the Republican Party.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he all good.
Trump. Who's voting for Trump? You voting for Trump? Oh,
in other ways, but probably not like, going down to the poll and doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even want to get into Donald Trump right now. Because you know what's on my mind right now. Like I said, welcome to Start From Scratch show. I'm Troy Williams. Special guest, General 3staxx is in the building.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? Tell them a little bit about yourself, man. If there's any to tell.
No, it's the same thing. I'm picking up where we left off last time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just keeping it 100.
Oh, yeah, because all we do at Start From Scratch is talk about important issues
and keep it 100. Yeah.
That's basically what it goes down to. we were supposed to do a show yesterday,
right.
Wednesday, but one of our special guests as well, who remains anonymous, he didn't want to come out and state his piece, because he had some things to say about Steph Curry after OKC won Game 4. And
I know. I think I know who you're talking about.
Like I said, I don't want to mention any artists.
Oh, you don't want to put an address on it?
No, I don't want to put an address.
I want to put an address.
Go ahead and do it.
Shout out DJ TK.
Oh yeah, my favorite DJ.
Yeah. He didn't want to talk about this today. He only want to talk about if it's on OKC victory.
Right. And just to give some some inside information, some clarity to the situation. DJ TK, after OKC won Game 4 and it was 3-1. He was like, like I said, F Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which was valid, you know what I'm saying? Because he was like, OKC got this. So we was like, okay, man, let's do a podcast show about it, you know what I'm saying? But, things didn't happen the way we wanted to on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But we tried to call him today.
And he ain't picking up.
After the Warriors won. So, I'm just going to leave it at that.
But I think it's important that we also point out that he was also on your show last time.
Yeah.
About this very topic. Can
you
tell us a little more about what he said on the last show?
Like I said, last show he was on. He was, it must have been episode 3 or 4 or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
But, he was just, he was like, man, Westbrook's my favorite player. Steph Curry, he not the MVP.
Yeah, he said all that.
I can't relate. I don't know. You just got to go back to the show.
He made some pretty strong statements.
He made some pretty strong statements. And so then after OKC won Game 4.
Right.
He was like, yeah, I'm God.
Oh,
I saw this coming, man.
Yeah,
like that. So we supposed to have DJ. I don't want to get sidetracked. We supposed to have DJ TK on the show tonight.
Yeah,
but he wants to wait until I guess
the series is over. He want to see it all play out. Then he said he want to weigh in on it.
I guess you can say he's one of those prisoners of the moment.
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
So he don't want to come back. If he was here, he could defend himself. I gave him the invitation, but he don't want to defend himself.
It's almost like Hillary not wanting to debate Donald. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You already know you lost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You already know you lost, or that's a battle you can't win.
True.
So, it is what it is. Like I said, if he was here to defend himself, he could say something. But since he's not, I'm gonna say TK was a prisoner of the moment.
Yeah.
He got caught up in it, and you know we just gonna move on.
Yeah, that's right.
We just gonna move on, but we got we got a couple topics to discuss tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But just for starters, Bobby Shmurday.
Yeah.
Is our camera guy okay?
I think he
He's crawling on the floor right now. Baby.
Tragedy.
Huh? I know. You all right?
Okay.
I guess he don't want to do his job anymore.
Yeah, well, we're gonna fire him. You're fucking fired.
You're fired. Okay.
Excuse my French.
But I wanted to talk about this Bobby Shmurday
Yeah.
interview that came out in GQ this week.
Right.
About his current situation in regards to I mean you read the article, right?
I read enough of it, and I think I got an idea about what I feel happened, but it was a lot of information in one article.
It was a lot of information in a short period of time for someone to beginning to jump off in their hip hop career,
right?
And for him to go through the type of things he went through,
right?
It was very interesting.
Well, I look at it, and you talked about. I like the fact that it kind of pointed out how he got to where he was in such a short period of time, right?
Right.
He
went viral.
Yeah, he went viral, and he did it cheap.
Mm-hmm.
He said like $300. That's how much it cost to put the video up.
It's a very good business model.
And I like the part where it was like basically he did it with a group of people he knew in the neighborhood.
Right.
And before it went to where it was, which is viral, he was trying to get put on by people who he said was managing him, which was like
his uncle or something like that.
Yeah. And so it went from that situation to actually you're in the industry.
Right.
And it was just kind of talking about how he managed that, or I guess
how he poorly managed that.
How poorly it was managed by his part. At least that's how the article makes it. I always keep a what they say, a conspiracy theory perspective.
Yeah,
on everything
you
I
always
read.
you can always. you can't believe everything you read. But
Right.
But sometimes facts are facts. So
yeah.
As I read the article, I mean, I get it that he was grew up in the gang type environment.
Right.
And so him blowing up. And first, the reason he blew up is because he had the support of those gang types in his environment.
Right. Well, they
in a sense, right?
Right. They alleged gang type, right?
We don't alleged. I mean, I don't want to put a criminal stamp on any people or any stigma, but the alleged
gang involvement, GS9
groups or whoever individuals, Crips, who were in that neighborhood he was in, or whatever area he was around.
Right.
They felt a part of his success. They felt they played a big part in his success,
which is typical of the hip hop scene, right?
Which is why the music industry is so dangerous.
Yeah. You got the hip hop is based on who could bring the most fresh, raw culture,
right.
In a different way, so to speak, right?
Right.
And the way I saw it was, here you got a young man from New York.
Yeah.
Okay. When the last time New York been hot?
I mean, honestly, Jay-Z's probably like.
That's it.
I mean, not to sound like very uneducated about hip hop, but I know other New York artists.
Yeah, I mean, there's
but in terms of the viral buzz he got, coming straight out of Brooklyn, or, whatever. It's like Jay-Z's probably like the only New York artist you could say had that type of buzz.
Yeah.
I mean, Jay-Z's obviously maintained it.
Yeah, he's maintained it the best. There's been several artists that came and gone
over
the years, but here you have someone that the industry
was young too, and he was young.
Yeah. So he has the longevity in him because he's young. So
right.
He's got the interest of the record labels behind him.
Right.
And coming from, the record labels, they do it in the regions of the United States. So there's New York, that's the East Coast. You have the South, you have West Coast, you have Midwest, Chicago and stuff like that. Yeah. So this is somebody that the people in New York feel could actually
gravitate to
and put New York on the map.
Put New York back on the map.
And compete with the South.
Right.
So he has a lot that he's inheriting, but he's probably not really truly aware of it.
And that's the thing that shocked me about the whole scenario, because I feel like that was his whole downfall. I mean, like I say, I'm not trying to, put any shame on Bobby Shmurday. I mean, I think as a young man, he did the best he could do. Right. And he made the best decisions he felt were right at the time. Right. But that's what shocked me the most, is just like, you're in that environment. Yeah. And you don't see your own potential. And you don't even want to at least. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the way they portrayed it, right? They're like, I mean, that's how they portrayed it. They're like, oh, well, his, once he got to a certain level, he had a new manager who was from Florida, and I think that he was. Well, that was his his uncle, or cousin or something like that. And it was talking about how he kept telling him, like, you need to leave your friends behind, right, and focus on the music and being a real artist. And then at one point in the article, it was saying something about he was supposed to be out in L.A. recording, but he didn't record. Right, because he wanted to be back in Brooklyn. Yeah. Because he couldn't deal with the L.A. The vibes wasn't right. And as an artist, I can understand, like, how important it is for you to be in the right mood to record and produce, right? So I get that part. But, it's after when I read the article, it also seemed like, okay, you're Bobby Shmurday, right? Yeah. Say you're Bobby Shmurday. Okay, you don't want to leave New York. You want to stay very close. You don't want to get drawn in. You don't want to. Your creative environment is here. Correct. So they even like bought him a condo in New Jersey, right, or whatever, right. And he brought 12 other 10 plus dudes with him to live in that condo. I'm just like. It I guess it goes back to the education. Yeah. And I don't know. It's to me like a classic situation where he's not able to divorce himself from the previous stuff that he came from in order to make himself into what he is trying to be. It seems like he might have dibbled and dabbled in the hip hop for a second. Yeah. He didn't probably expect to get the notoriety that he got, but he got it. And he didn't realize what time it was. That's kind of the way I read it. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And like I said, that was the most shocking part to me. Because, like, for me, it'd have been like, oh, we on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ain't nothing stopping this. You know what I'm saying? I'm at least go 5-10 years in the game. But for him, just... But you don't know... So you don't know, like, really, when these cats come out the streets, you don't know, like, to what degree they was really in the streets, right? So... And I have a feeling that he was probably, but he was vulnerable, to the streets. Yeah, being connected as he was vulnerable enough to be touched. Because this is the other side to it. I don't think all this happened by accident. Oh no, you know what I mean. I don't think it all happened by accident at all. I mean, you have major record labels putting money on the line for you, right? And then on top of that, you have the streets who are saying you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us. Mm-hmm. So this is where I don't know if sympathetic's the word, but where I'm understanding enough to go. I understand the complexity of his situation, because who knows how deep he was in the streets, right? You know what I mean? But I would imagine that whether it's an artist like Chief Keef, for instance. Yeah. You saw how that played out. He ends up, they're going to have some sort of legal situations you're going to end up subject to. But the problem here is he's actually facing some serious time that has derailed any hope that he has of actually having a good career in hip hop. Right. And that kind of throws me for a loop, because I'm like, is he really in jail for what he was investigated for, or is it deeper than that? And to me, I feel like it's a combination of the fact that he probably was under investigation, but I also think that his lackadaisical attitude towards the industry
basically the industry turned their back on him and was like,
go ahead and have. We got what we wanted off of him.
We already know this is how you ain't gonna give us nothing else.
Right.
So why are we gonna continue to throw this at you? Because it also said like in that small window of time, he had Rihanna doing the dance, the Shmurday dance. You know, he
went viral.
He had this
Jay-Z on it,
Beyonce. You know, so he had the right people behind him to get himself. Even if he came from that situation, he could have divorced himself and really gone to the moon.
Because when you look back at that summer when he started popping, you had this is when Future started popping, right?
True.
This is when who else? 2 Chainz. He was coming out with his second mixtape.
Yep. I think Ross was doing something.
Ross was coming out with his second and third album. And then you had Young Thugger was going on at the same time as well. And you look at where all of them are at now. They're all doing very successful in their own right.
Right.
And this is like, is the story going to be, did Bobby Shmurday just whiff this opportunity? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did he whiff it? I mean, and so
we will never know though.
Before we get to I'm gonna call DBW because she's very vocal about African American men in the community and how they're treated by law enforcement and etc.
Yeah.
I just want to know from your perspective, being who you are with your success you have, what should someone in Bobby Shmurday's situation do, and what mistakes did he make? How can you tie that in?
I treat it in terms of like any business, right? You want to align yourself with whatever mentors you can.
Right.
Because I would imagine he's not the only person that's been in a complicated situation like that that's actually been able to pull it off.
Right.
I think he should have leveraged his mentors as much as he could have, and tried to figure out a way to really make it work for himself. Because he really should have took it. I know he wants to look out for his homeboys and all that stuff. That's kind of like the loyal thing to do with your dogs. But if you in jail, you can't help your dogs. You see what I'm saying?
No.
And so it's having that higher level of thinking about your situation. Yeah, it might come across as selfish to them, but you really got to do what it takes to survive.
So bottom line, if you were in this situation, what would you have done differently?
I would have tried to align myself with mentors in the industry that could have helped me get out of that.
You wouldn't have been trying to turn up.
Oh, that turn up gonna come. Because that's how you get the inspiration. But I'd have been a little more discreet about it, at least because what that article was saying, he had a lot of stuff going on, had a lot of people there. It seemed like a fun thing.
At some point, you got to cut.
Yeah, you got to cut it off.
If you're dealing with those type of individuals who are, I guess you could say, reckless or who are as invested in it as you.
There you go.
You kind of got to turn them off.
They're not dealing with the same yes and no questions you got.
Right.
So they're not risking what you got to risk.
So they're not really in the know-how.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So
not at all.
But so right now we got DBW on the phone. DBW, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing.
Okay. Well, I got a special guest, General 3staxx here.
What's up, DBW?
Hey, 3staxx, what's up?
Chilling.
Okay, and so what we just got done talking about was the mistreatment of, well, not the mistreatment, but I guess how
the
mischaracterization of young black men in law enforcement and throughout America. And I know you have strong opinions on those type of scenarios, and I just wanted to get your opinion on, because I know I spoke with you about the Bobby Shmurday situation as well, about the young rapper who's now facing multiple years in prison just because law enforcement said he's, been in conspiracy to commit murders with
gang members.
With other gang members. So how do you feel about the treatment of young black men in America right
Well, first of all, I take issue with calling them law enforcement agents. They are criminals with badges.
Okay,
The
stand corrected.
description for law enforcement agent is totally different from the behavior of the criminal with badges.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So basically, I feel like the American black man is basically the biggest fear that the pink man has.
Okay.
Al Qaeda, he ain't scared of Al Qaeda. He ain't the pink man ain't scared of ISIS. And I don't care who got the bombs, they still gonna come out saying they felt threatened by the black man.
Right.
So the way they can't do nothing else because that's how scared people act.
What it what
You, and
what?
I
Yeah.
just need to know if you got all the power, what you scared of?
Right, and I mean that's what I was gonna about to ask you.
To the point that where you shooting down unarmed black men and
Or
brown men
imprisoning them.
and falsifying information
Right.
and incarcerating them for life
Right. So I mean, so that just goes right into my next.
based on a theory.
Yeah. So I mean, so that just goes right into my next question. What is it about the black man that criminals with badges fear the most, as you stated?
Well, like I say, the black race represent royalty,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the spirit of murder that drives the pink man
Hmm.
to resent the fact that the first man, Adam, was black, especially when they call themselves a Christian and still want to be racist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They just can't say we came from the black man
Oh, they did.
because everybody know that when the Lord God bent down and drew man out the dust of the ground, it was some good black soil.
Right. 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 I mean, so it basically boils down to the white man not wanting to admit that.
No, no, no. There's no white men, no white
I
people.
mean,
They're pink people.
okay, the pink people, they don't want to admit.
Well, they not that smart in the first place, so you got to understand the spirit that's driving them. You
Hmm.
know, and that's Satan
Woo.
and their carnal nature.
Mm.
See, because if they were smart, they would think the thought through and ask themselves, why do I resent this black poor man or the black poor races of people?
Right.
But I don't think it's just the pink people who feel that way towards black people. I think all races, including black people, feel that way towards black people. So can you tell me more about why that is?
Well, but see, I don't see the other races shooting down the black nation in the
True.
street.
True.
Now they may hate and resent the black, but they
Mm.
ain't all out just
Well, black
shooting them
people shoot
down with
other black
immunity.
people. Black people shoot other black people, right?
Well, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, the devil don't have no boundaries. But I guarantee the black man have a better reason for shooting each other than the pink criminal with badges do.
Well,
Wow.
what would be some
And
of
the
the
and
reasons
the, and
black
the, and
people
the,
would
and
shoot
the, and
other
the
black
black
people?
and the black people that shoot black people is no different from pink people that shoot pink people. But
Mm.
the professional people law enforcement, all I can say is they are not partakers in that. They have a way of restraining themselves and maintain order within themselves in order to make the law work for everybody in the community. But the criminal with badges, they hide in law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
You have the judges, you have the prosecutors who decide whether or not that case of murder is going to be brought against that officer. Then you have the police union who protects the criminals because they're criminals themselves.
But
And
with
it all falls up under the 1865 Black
Oh,
Code.
hey, okay. So my question is like, okay, when are we gonna get away from all that and really get to making real solutions happen as it relates to the treatment of blacks in America? I mean,
What
that's
do
what we
you
want
want
to know.
to? It's like you saying we want to know how we can make the pink man, the criminal with badges, stop killing us.
well, I think I want to make it so we stop killing us too, right?
Well, like I say, that's inevitable because Cain killed his brother, so that's gonna happen.
So
And I mean,
it's just human nature.
it's just human nature. If whoever rose with Satan, kill, steal, and destroy is their motivation.
Well, I got a question for you. Is Donald Trump running with Satan?
Donald Trump is the man appointed man by God to address America's sins. And can't nobody stop him because God put him there.
So is that your endorsement?
And for all those who don't like America and don't care about America, they are voting for Trump. Because Trump then made it clear you got to have money and be rich. He said that today. And who clapping for him? Poor middle class people.
Oh, mainly, yeah.
He's speaking plain
He really is.
and he's telling the truth. And they applaud
And why is that?
because they love darkness more than they love light. And if you ask each one of them, are
They don't
you
like
a
black
Christian?
people.
If you ask each one of them, are you a Christian?
But they don't
will
like
say
black
yes.
people. Though. But they don't
That's-
like black people.
They don't like, but they love darkness.
Now, see that
But
guy.
see,
That's
you
you
got-
just threw me off the whole night.
You got to understand.
Don't you
Same
just
tactic.
say that? Why can't we just say people are crazy?
No, people are not crazy.
And why can't we just say people should be responsible for their actions?
Sin is not a disease.
Sin is a disease.
Sin is not crazy.
Sin is crazy.
Sin is what we were born in because of Adam, and it's our nature. If left unchecked, we will destroy ourselves.
But everybody
Now-
sins.
Everybody sin,
So-
but everybody ain't got to go to hell because they sin. And that's the goal. That's God's plan.
Well,
To keep
I'll
us
tell
from
you
going
what.
to hell.
I tell you what. I seen a few black people today. They made me mad enough. I said I sent them straight there.
Well, thank God we are not God.
Well, I actually have a friend told me he is God,
Oh.
Well, at the end of the day,
and he's black too, and he's black.
at the end of the day,
Wait.
Satan is not prejudiced.
Oh, wait.
He is not racist.
Oh, Satan is not racist.
No,
But he uses racism.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, there's nobody that's untouchable by him. Is what I mean.
Okay. Well, we got to cut off. So, but I want to get one last point from you. So, you're saying the people who vote for Donald Trump should vote for him because they hate America. But who should the right candidate be for the ones who care about America?
There you go. That's a good question.
Okay, like I say, the only one.
This is how we gonna end the show. Who's the right candidate?
Well, none of them is right. It's about the lesser of the three evils.
True.
And so I see Bernie Sanders as the little David fighting against Goliath and his wife, which is Hillary Clinton. But at the same time, God is using Donald Trump to bring up all the Clinton dirt in order to destroy their image, and at the same time giving America a chance to check itself.
So are you secretly voting for Trump?
No, I thought it was Bernie.
No, I'm saying people that don't care about America will vote for Trump.
Okay, last question. As a black man, should I care about America?
Or Hillary Clinton.
As a black man, should I care about America?
No, we should not.
Well,
But at the end of the day, it's just fun to watch how an empire is self-destructing.
Right.
And how the pink race, who have all the weapons and all the power, is still stupid enough to believe that this earth is theirs.
I seen a Mexican Trump ad, and it said, "Keep Mexican dope in Mexico." Now,
Does that mean keep all the quesadillas and tacos in Mexico too?
Well, that's kind of what I needed clarification on before you get off the phone too, DBW. Since you got all the information, what is Trump implying when he says keep the Mexican dope in Mexico? Because I thought dope was everywhere.
Well, it comes the drug trafficking route is from Afghanistan,
Mm,
South America,
mm.
on up through
What
Mexico.
about Africa? We ain't got nothing.
Africa, the motherland, ain't nothing over there. They trying to hold on to a little bit of oil.
Sad.
But at the end of the day, the
We ain't got no.
manufactured drug cartel, that's just their route.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they don't want to stop it from coming in America.
They don't. So they ain't no keeping it. Ain't no keeping it in Mexico. Is what you're saying.
What now?
You saying ain't no keeping the Mexican dope in.
It's not Mexican dope. It's Afghanistan drugs
Mm.
that's coming up through South America, mixed with their drugs into Mexico, who got a little bit of drugs and tunnels, and they bring it out and they put it on America's streets. And America law enforcement know how it's getting here, but it's a money market thing.
Mm.
And the
Well-
love of money is the root of all
Oh,
evil.
there you go. I knew Jesus was connected to
There you go.
this.
And they don't
Okay.
want to catch it. They don't want to stop it before we get here, because it's the market for the poor communities. It's the economic markets in the poor community. So America benefits from the drug culture.
Of course.
And
But
you're in
they wait
America
until-
too.
They wait until it hit in the poor communities, in the black communities, in the brown community, and then they fill our prisons full of American citizens who just trying to make a living and don't want to work for $7.50 at McDonald's.
American citizens who want to try to run their own nonprofits.
Hey, I'm
Whatever.
ending like this. I think Trump is slaying dope, and that's all I gotta say, because obviously he's slaying dope and Mexican food because he eating the taco bowl at the Trump Tower. So, like you said, he's just telling the poor people what they want to hear because they love the darkness, and they in the world for hurt if this dude actually
Yeah.
does get elected. So
Well, like I
I'ma
said,
cut
at
it
the
out
end
with
of the day,
that.
Trump is about Trump.
he is about Trump, and I mean it's vanity, and I think that's what most
That's
Americans
it.
feed into nowadays with all the social media. You got your Instagrams, your Twitters, everyone's vain, and so Donald Trump consumes all that, and so you have a class of people who are voting for him. So we're gonna end it like that. And DBW, we appreciate you for calling in again tonight, this episode, and we look to speak to you next time.
Well, all right then, hold it down.
All right.
POP, hold it down.
Yeah, all right. We'll talk to you later. This is Start from Scratch episode, and we out.
Peace out.
Peace out.